Hi, in this video we'll show you how to stack starry landscape images with Sequator. Sequator is a stacker, astrophotography stacker that is available for Windows, and this is the image we are going to stack. This image was taken with a compact camera Sony RX100 Mark II from a fixed tripod, ISO 6400, so it's very high ISO value for a 1-inch type sensor camera. And you see that the image is very grainy, and nonetheless there are some hints of the Milky Way above the light pollution. So the idea is to use image stacking to improve the image quality of this kind of images. And here I have 10 images. I shoot those images in RAW, and in Sequator we can use directly the RAW and not the TIFF. So to use Sequator, since I'm working on Mac, I move to a virtual box with a Windows virtual machine, and here I have all my you see all my RAW files. And now we are going to open Sequator. Sequator is a free program that you can download for Windows, and there is no installation. Everything is run from its own directory. So double click on Sequator and this will open the program. Sequator can do many things. Can do stack for starry landscape images, as we are going to do, but can also stack deep sky astrophotography, where the landscape is not present. So this is a very flexible and convenient program if you are a beginner. So first things to do is to load the image. So for that we go here on Star Images, we double click, we bring up a dialog box where we can select all the frame we want to compose, to stack. So those are shown here on this tree. Now it says the base image, so the one to which all the image will be aligned is this one, which is displayed here. And now we have to select an output file. So we give a name for the output, can be stacked. This will be put in the folder where you had the original images. So now that you see here is green, everything is green here, so everything is good for what we need. Now we have to do some tweaks. So what we want to do is to stack starry landscapes. So the method to align the stars is not accumulation. Well, we can leave accumulation, but we have to freeze the ground. So we move from accumulation to freeze the ground, and we put selective, so that will remove some artifacts. Now you see that the sky region is set to full area, which is not compatible with the option to freeze the ground. So if we click here, we can select this. We have option to select the sky region. Let's take it as irregular mask. Now when we move on the image, you see the cursor now is a brush, is a circle. We can change with the mouse wheel, we can change the size of the brush. So we start painting on where the sky is, like so, and we try to arrive close to the horizon. Now don't worry if you overdo. Like in this case I went below, so we can do the Alt key. We press the Alt key and we paint out what was the foreground. I suggest to leave a bit of horizon as foreground. Now we go to clean the van. So this will be our mask for the sky. Now here there is a number of options that you could turn on and off, like auto brightness, remove dynamic noise, reduce light pollution. You can play with those if you like. For this example we will just do a very simple basic stack. So what we do now is simply play start. Now you see that we have this dialog box that will show the progress. It tells you what it's doing, is preparing the mask, is loading the reference file, is analyzing the images, and then we'll stack. So it may take a bit of time, so we will see each other when the program has finished. Okay, now we are almost at the end. The image has been aligned, and now he is performing some corrections, and now it's finished. It's completed successfully, as you can see here. So we close, and now the output image is displayed. Now you see that the image is much cleaner than what we had in the beginning. We still have details of the Milky Way, even in this light polluted area of the sky. Stars seems to be properly aligned, and so now you have your TIFF that can be imported in Photoshop for the last tweaking. So we can quit. If you want, you can save the project. In my case, I don't really care. So yes, we quit without saving the project. So in here I have the staked picture that I need to bring to Mac in order to open it in Photoshop. So let's go to find this file that is here stacked. We bring it back into Photoshop. I hope the fact that to have the virtual machine running will not slow down Photoshop too much. Here is the image. Again, I want to stress that it is a much cleaner image than those we begin with. So I can show you. Well, now I have on the virtual machine. So just hope you remember that the stacking process has removed all the grainy from the high ISO setting. So now we can, for instance, go to do some tweaking, and I like to use a camera raw filter. It's similar to Lightroom, so it's easy to work with. We can first temper with white balance. So this is the auto setting. You see the image lack a bit of contrast, and the sky is a bit too blue for my taste, so I will put a bit of color back into the sky to have a more less blue sky. Of course, we need to add some contrast. We can play with the haze. We can play with the clarity to bring up the Milky Way a little bit, and with texture to sharpen a bit the image. Now you see here there are some vignetting we can remove with lens correction and vignetting. So we are trying to remove as much as we can. Eventually you may need to trim off the corner, and then from here you move as you please. You can use curves, you can further sharpen the image with sharpening and masking to select where the sharpening is applied. You can remove or reduce chrominance noise and luminance noise if you wish. Just add a bit of contrast back to have an image that has some contrast and not is completely washed out all the detail. So that could be a quick editing, so this is how you can stack easily images using Sequator for Windows, and to improve very much the image quality of your Starry landscapes. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.